Okie dokie. So in Make Code, yesterday we were testing with the light sensor, or we were testing the light sensor, and we were able to do the bare bones basic code that we're given in our instructions. However, it's difficult to picture in your brain how this would make a difference in any kind of real situation. Like I know a lot of times, people default and say, "I'm never going to use math in my everyday life. What do I have to learn it? History, blah blah blah, whatever." Insert thing that they don't know and or understand or want to learn. So, real world, like how we can use these. I don't remember if in our class yesterday we referred to Mark Rober, that he is a YouTube guy that is extremely famous and has millions and millions of viewers and billions of views on his videos. That he saw that there was a problem in the world of people stealing packages off of the front door steps that would be coming from Amazon, UPS, Postal Service, whatever. And so he saw that as a need. He's a computer scientist that works for NASA, which is also really cool. So he created a glitter setup that as soon as somebody opens a package and it has a webcam in it, so he can see, because it's all rigged, like what's happening. And so there's a webcam in the box, and then there's also um, I guess like the same technology as a microbit activated in there, that as soon as it reads the pressure has changed, as soon as the ambient light has changed in the room, which means it's like exposed to the light, then a certain step and a series of things happens. That's exactly what we're doing on a very rudimentary or basic scale. That's exactly what we're doing. So as far as like real world relevancy of what we could actually do with this, I don't want to be catching porch pirates. I don't have enough time in my day. But all right, so here we are, well, several months away, but April Fools, is known for pranking and whatever. So what if we were to create a prank that we could do April the 1st to someone that is related to a microbit? All right, so follow me here. So my dad, whom is a very, very nice man, my dad eats cereal like it's going out of style. That is his like midnight snack before you guys go to bed. You may get snacky. I know I do. And his thing has always been cereal. All right, so check it. Let's say we want to take and rig up, a box. He doesn't eat Cheerios. That's just what I had close by. So what if we real world created a microbit program that would prank my dad? And we'll actually like try to do this for real for April the 1st. All right, so right now we're working with a light sensor. So we could have a microbit that is down, in our cereal box, that as soon as you open it up and as soon as the ambient light can be seen, that we trigger something to happen. We could also add in a pressure sensor, because you can put in more than one input into a microbit. So let's say we have the light sensor and we also add the pressure sensor. So not only will it react with the light, but it will also react with like somebody touching the box or it being moved. So we could add in like something with a compass or an accelerometer, to detect movement. And then we don't want to do anything like bad or nasty. So I wouldn't say that we would rig it with smoke or fart spray or anything weird like that. I would say that we would just have it to say some kind of like alarm, or we could even code our voice to say something and then add it in. So let's take and level up our code that we've already done. So we wouldn't want there to be a scrolling image, because who would care? So now we've got our forever with the light level. So now we have forever if the light level is above 128. So let's just say that we decide that that's what the ambient light should be in a dark room. So anytime it goes above that, it's going to do blah, 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 whatever we code it to do. All right, we're not going to want it to say something across the screen, because is that really a prank? No, we're going to want to do something a lot more creative than that. So I'm actually going to get rid of the else, because we're only going to code it to do one thing. So one thing that would be super annoying or a little bit off-putting is if you open up a box of cereal and sound starts coming out. Okay, so Down here in the music, you have all of these categories. Down here in the music category, you can add all of these things. Now, I'm going to do that, but you're not going to be able to hear what I hear when I go to the emulator. You'll have to do this on your end so that you can actually hear it, because my sound will not go through the computer to Google Meet. So let's say this giggle thing is a tad bit disturbing. So maybe I would want it to, if ambient light goes above 128, maybe I could have it do the giggle, and then maybe I would have it to play a melody right there. And with these music areas, they have an entire gallery that are already coded. So you could just, let's see, uh, mystery. So let's say I want it to play a mystery. So that would be really disturbing. Can y'all imagine just like going to the pantry and getting a box of whatever out, or just like taking something and moving it off of the shelf, and then like music just starts playing out of absolutely nowhere? I think that would be really, really funny. All right, so now we have that code that is just a little bit leveled up. And what we would do is we would take our box and we would want to find somewhere good to actually attach the microbit on the inside where it wouldn't be noticeable, or you wouldn't see, like a big outline that there would be something there. So we would add in our microbit. We would have to have the input of the light sensor, which is already built in. So we would also want to rig up a pressure sensor that maybe, I don't know, where would I guess, you would grab the outside of the box. So it would be maybe on one of the sides, that as soon as somebody's fingers add pressure, and as soon as the ambient light happens, then it would start that alarm. We could have it scroll something across the screen as well, and that would only be in the case that they could actually see it, because it's going to have to play on the microbit. So maybe at the end of our really strange sound, we would have it say, like busted, something like that. All right, so do you guys have any questions about what that would look like as far as making it a little bit more real world relevant? All right, so let's take a look back at you guys' notebooks, and then let's move on, because the next one that we're doing is a pretty big assignment with the compass and the accelerometer. So let's go ahead and transition to 2.1C.